U.S. President Barack Obama took his campaign for health care reform 1,600 kilometers from Washington on Thursday. He ran into the same public opposition to the measure he signed into law earlier this week, both outside and inside.
There's no need to shout, young man.
The protesters outside and Republicans back on Capitol Hill were trying to overturn the reforms just signed into law. Obama welcomed the challenge.
They're actually going to run on a platform of repeal in November. You've been hearing that. And my attitude is, go for it.
But the president did not mention what's become a major worry for congressional Democrats: verbal and physical threats against them. Vandalism at Democratic offices in Arizona and New York. The gas line to the home of a Virginia congressman's brother severed. And on a Michigan congressman's voicemail, a stark warning.
I hope you die.
Democratic officials blame this week's violence on the extreme rhetoric coming from right-wing television and radio hosts and from politicians, such as former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin. On her Twitter page, the message: common sense conservatives and lovers of America don't retreat, instead reload. And on her website, a map filled with crosshairs, symbols of the 17 Democrats she thinks ought to lose their jobs. But Republicans reject the charge they're stirring up violence and say threats are a part of the political landscape.
Just recently, I have been directly threatened. A bullet was shot through the window of my campaign office in Richmond this week, and I've received threatening emails.
Still, for veteran Democrats, the current political climate reminds them of the 1960s, when America saw violence and civil unrest.
Anytime you're trying to extend a fundamental right to anybody in our society, there are people who feel that that right cannot be extended unless it's taken from me. They don't see this as an expansion that helps the entire group.
There's no sign that the heated rhetoric will die down. This is a congressional election year in the U.S., and both parties are planning to make the divisive issue of health care a big part of their campaigns. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.